Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we are at Chatham, I think, is that how you say it? And it is the historic dockyard. We're about to go on set and see where Call the Midwife is filmed. So let's go and see. Okay, so these tours, there's a meeting point on site and they run the tours halfway through the year, so it's only a few months you can get to go. And you get a guide who is dressed as a midwife, and they run through some of the scenes and the episodes of the filming that has been taking place there. So they have like picture books to share with you. So that ship was one of the scenes from the captain's daughter who gave birth on the ship. So that ship that you just saw was used in the programme. And then this here, they transform it with the green screen to make it into the hospital, which is so cool. So they use some of the building, but then they disguise the door and stuff, and they turn that into the hospital. And then the guide took us to all of the little streets and like lanes. So all of the archways and the tunnels that you see in Call the Midwife near the Nonata's house, they filmed that here. They've got the tunnels and they've got like the archways. This is the police station. This street here is when they did the Christmas scene and they had all of the snow, and she was explaining how they had like fake snow and it took like weeks to clear it up because obviously they can't leave it like it is. It's a historic place. This is a typical street with the washing that was hanged between the row of like buildings, and then the midwives would bike down. So it was so cool to see the outside and how they disguise like the buildings, and they use like MDF wood and the green screen just to kind of create that look that they're going for. But it was fascinating. So then inside one of the buildings we got to go in, and this is where they keep all of their props for filming. So it was like set in different stages for different scenes. So the first part of the room was all of the wedding dresses from the series. So Trixie's wedding dress is there, the one in the centre. We've got the bridesmaid's dress there as well, and then also the midwife's outfit, like the clothes that they wear, and then also we've got the nun's outfit too. And it was just so lovely. All of the information behind that explained what the items were and how they were used in the scenes. And then this here is just a classic, iconic Call the Midwife scene for me. So this is inside Nonata's house. You can't go on the staging, so you can't go and like touch anything. It's just like for your eyes only. But all of that, the little food bits were made of plastic, like they were having an afternoon lunch. It was just so lovely to see it all laid out. And then the armchair as well, that was really cool, and the piano. And they had all of the pictures on the back that shown them like filming those scenes with all of those props, which was really special. And then they had more photos, but next to that they had Fred's shop. So this is the like unit on the stage that is used for Fred's shop. They do actually use this in filming. So we've got like props for the crafts that he sells there and the toys, and then all of the sweets and the chocolates. There's cigarettes at the back as well. There's a till. Unfortunately, we couldn't go onto the stage to take pictures because I think that would have been amazing. We weren't allowed, but you can obviously see it all laid out, and it was just unbelievable to be there. I was so excited. And also it was like, because there's so much information, each part of the area, like each stage had tons of information, like posters and leaflets all around explaining when they were used and how they were used in different scenes. It was just fascinating. So they also had props that they used throughout filming. They've got the pushchairs, they've got the bikes as well, of the old school bikes, and they've got dolls. They also had medical equipment as well that they used in filming, and then lots of outdoor toys. This was the scene from the hospital, and there was some pictures on the back with information of the doctor running down the corridor, and they used this scene, like the waiting room, as part of the scene. And then this is Violet's haberdashery. This was unbelievable. Every piece of fabric was chock-a-block in there. It was so full of props. And then they've obviously got the till, and they have a little bell as well on the desk. Again, we couldn't go on and take pictures when we were standing around because I think that would have been really nice, but we weren't allowed on the stage. But it was so lovely just to see it all kind of spread out, and how they use the inside of that for filming the scene, and then they make the shop like outdoor prop outside in the lanes. And then they also had podiums of items that would have been around in the 60s when they were like filming the scenes. So this, for example, is a food basket. This podium here was all of the crockery used in a scene when they were doing a celebration. And then they had a podium of radios, and then they had the old-fashioned telephones and the wireless. And there was tons of information and knowledge about these products and how they were used in the scene, but also what they were called. So it was a real learning experience as well. And then just behind the podiums, they had this stage here where all of the midwives prep their bags. So all of the equipment that they would use in their bag if they were doing local midwifery. And then also, if you watch Call the Midwife, you'll know that there's a big board and they have their rota on there as well, like each nurse that's on shift. So they had that there as a prop. And then all of the bags, again, you couldn't go on the stage, but you could definitely see what they use and all of the props during that era, which was just fascinating. And then just behind that, they had this amazing like section of the unit that was all of the outdoor filming. So there was lots of like the vintage old fashioned prams that they used. There was the bicycle, the classic midwife bicycle that they used. There was the washing line hanging with all of the clothes, like the street scenes, which we see every time we watch Call the Midwife. And then there was lots of scenes near the dockyard where they have like the vegetable boxes and the market stalls and all of that. It was just honestly so fascinating. If you ever get the chance to go, it's in Chatham down south. It was £35 for a ticket each, but it was well worth it. Once the tour guide is finished and explains everything and then goes, it was about an hour long. You can then go off and explore whatever you want. Not inside this bit because this gets locked, but outside you can explore all of the lanes yourself. You can go to different areas of the historic dockyard and have a good look around as well. So I highly, highly recommend it.